counting molecules by the gram. So we've been talking about elements, but mostly we deal with molecules. Molecules are just particular groups of atoms stuck together. So when we talk about the molar mass of an element, it's the mass of 1 mole of atoms. If we're dealing with a compound, the molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of molecules, or formula units. We use the term formula units for ionic compounds because they do not contain individual ions, individual molecules. They do contain ions. And so we convert between mass of a compound and moles of a compound using the, that doesn't make any sense. We convert between the mass of a compound and moles of the compound, then we calculate the number of molecules from moles. I don't know. I made these slides a long time ago. We need to cut to the chase here. The molar mass of a compound in grams is equal to its formula mass in atomic mass units. Same as for the elements. So how do we find the mass in atomic mass units of 1 molecule? We added up the masses of all the atoms in that molecule, right? Talked about a box of bowling balls. Add up the masses of each ball in the box and you get the mass of the total box. So same process here, but we're just using a different unit. Instead of 1 molecule weighs this much in atomic mass units, we have a mole of them weighs that same number in grams. So let's look at the formula mass for calcium nitrate. So we look at the formula, there's 1 calcium, oops, 1 calcium atom. And if we look on the periodic table, we see that calcium weighs 40.08 atomic mass units. We're talking about 1 formula unit here. How many nitrogen atoms are in this formula? 2. So 2 times the mass of 1 nitrogen atom. And how many oxygens? 6. Each oxygen atom weighs 16 atomic mass units, and there are 6 of them. So we've got, come on, thank you, 40, I'm just talking to my calculator, 40.08 plus 2 times 14.01 plus 6 times 16.00. 164.1. That's the mass of 1 formula unit. A calcium, 2 nitrogens, 6 oxygens. Okay? Next question, what is the molar mass? 1 mole. Not 1 formula unit, 1 mole. 164.1 grams. So 1 mole of this compound is going to equal 164.1 grams. Because an atomic mass unit is just one Avogadro's number. There are Avogadro's number of atomic mass units in 1 gram. It's hard to say the other way around. Now, what if you just had this question and you didn't have this other question first? What would you do? Well, you would look at the formula and you would say, okay, in 1 mole of that compound, how many moles of calcium atoms? 1. What's the mass of 1 mole of calcium? 40.08 grams. And in 1 mole of that compound, there are 2 moles of nitrogen. 1 mole of nitrogen weighs 14.01 grams. And there are 6 moles of oxygen, and each mole of oxygen weighs 16 grams. And so that's how we end up with this number in a different way. So finding masses of compounds like this, we look at the periodic table, the number under those element symbols, multiply by the number of them in the formula. Then the units are going to depend on whether you're talking about one molecule or a mole of molecules. If it's one, use atomic mass units. If it's a mole, use grams. Any questions? Calculate the mass in grams of 2.48 moles of phosphorus pentachloride. We'll finish up here really quick. So we've got 2.48 moles, and we want grams. Well, we can go between moles and grams in one step. So we've got 2.48 moles of this compound, and we're going to multiply by a factor. It's going to have grams on top and moles on the bottom. It's dimensional analysis. We're looking at the dimensions, the units, to figure out what to do. Do we multiply? Do we divide? We don't have to think about it. The units tell us what to do. It's really a beautiful thing. So, what's the relationship between moles and grams? Well, the molar mass tells us the mass of 1 mole. Well, are we given that in this compound? I mean, in this question, no, but they gave us the name. Oh, great, then we have to write the formula, right? Phosphorus pentachloride, what kind of compound is that? It's a covalent, a molecular compound, because it has 2 nonmetals, phosphorus and chloride. The other clue is that prefix penta. So phosphorus is P, and penta means 5. Chloride is Cl. So there's 1 phosphorus and 5 chlorines. From this, we can calculate the relationship between 1 mole and grams. There's 1 mole of phosphorus, 30.0797. So 1 times 30.97 grams, and 5 chlorines, 35.45 grams. So 30.97 plus 5 times 35.45, equal 8.22. And that is equal to 1 mole of the compound. So down here then, 1 mole weighs 208.22 grams. So 2.48 times that. How many significant figures should I give in my answer? 3. 516 grams. Any questions? You will have to calculate molar masses a lot. All you need is a periodic table. We'll call it a day.